Thinking about setting up a holding company in the UK? You are in the right place. Whether you're looking to manage assets, oversee subsidiaries, or just take advantage of the potential tax benefits, a holding company could be the perfect fit. Setting up one might seem a little daunting, but don't worry, I'm here to guide you through the process, step by step. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to create your own holding company in the UK. To make the setup process even easier, I highly recommend using First Formations. They've been trusted by over 1 million businesses since 2014, and they can help you form your company in just 24 hours. Plus, they offer services like business address options and ongoing compliance support. You will find the link to their website in the descriptions below. This is an affiliate link, meaning I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. This helps support the channel, so thank you. And now, let's dive in. Step 1. What is a holding company? Before jumping into the details of setting up a holding company, let's clarify what a holding company actually is. Unlike regular businesses that provide goods or services, a holding company is all about managing assets, investments, and subsidiaries. It won't typically engage in trading activities, but instead holds shares, intellectual property, or even real estate in other companies. These other companies are known as subsidiaries, and if your holding company owns more than 50% of the shares in another company, it's considered a parent company. A holding company can bring huge benefits, such as centralizing management and potentially reducing tax liabilities. But is it the right move for you? If you're looking for a structure to efficiently manage multiple businesses or investments, a holding company could be the perfect solution. Ready to take the next step? Let's move on. Step 2. Legal requirements for setting up a holding company. Now that you've decided a holding company is right for you, what are the legal requirements? In the UK, a holding company is defined under the Companies Act 2006. You'll be considered the parent of a subsidiary if you hold more than 50% of the voting rights, have the right to appoint or remove the majority of its board, or control a majority of its voting rights based on agreement with other shareholders. To set up your holding company, you'll need to incorporate it like any other private limited company. This means registering it at Companies House. Don't forget, First Formations can get your company registered in as little as 24 hours, helping you avoid any headaches. Step 3. Tax benefits of a holding company. One of the biggest reasons to consider a holding company is the potential tax savings. For example, most share disposals and dividend payments are exempt from tax. If your holding company owns at least 10% of a subsidiary's shares for 12 consecutive months, you may be eligible for the substantial shareholder exemption, meaning any capital gains from selling shares in the subsidiary could be tax-free. Additionally, your holding company could be exempt from VAT if its primary activities are limited to owning shares and receiving dividends. However, if your holding company provides services like management or supervision to its subsidiaries, you'll need to register for VAT once your annual income exceeds £90,000 threshold. Tax laws can be complicated, but they can also be a huge advantage if used correctly. Step 4. Naming your holding company. So, you got the legal details and tax advantages sorted. What's next? Well, naming your holding company. Good news, the word holding or holdings is no longer considered a sensitive term, so you can include it in your company name without seeking special permission. Your company name must usually end with either Limited or Ltd, and you need to ensure that your chosen name is not offensive or too similar to any existing company names. Can you imagine the hassle of being told you need to change your company name after you've already started using it? That's not fun. To avoid this, use the company name availability checker. I've linked it to the description of this video, so you can be sure your name is unique. And if you're thinking, what if I want to trade under a different name? Don't worry, you can do that too. This is known as a business name, and it can be different from your registered company name. Ready to find the perfect name? Go ahead, get creative, and make sure it's something that truly reflects the essence of your business. Step 5. Choosing directors and company secretary. With the name chosen, it's time to decide who will run the company. Every holding company needs at least one director. This person will be responsible for ensuring that the company meets its legal obligations, such as maintaining accurate records and submitting annual accounts to Companies House. The director will also need to follow the company's Articles of Association, essentially the rule book for your company. While it's not mandatory to appoint a company secretary, doing so can be a smart move to handle administrative tasks, freeing you up to focus on other important matters. Keep in mind that First Formations offers full company secretary service, which will ensure your company remains compliant. Step 6. Deciding on shareholders or guarantors. Next, let's talk about ownership. Holding companies are usually limited by shares, meaning they are owned by shareholders. If you're the only shareholders, you will own 100% of the company. But if you want to bring others on board, you can issue shares to multiple shareholders. There are no limits to the number of shareholders you can have. The value of each share is up to you, and it's important to remember that shareholders are only liable for the amount they invest. This means their financial risk is limited to the value of their shares. Shareholders can also receive dividends, which are typically subject to tax. Be sure to check HMRC's website for more on the tax implications of dividends. Step 7. Identifying people with significant control. Now, let's discuss people with significant control. A PSC is someone who has a large influence over your company, typically owning more than 25% of the shares or voting rights. If someone can appoint or remove the majority of directors, they are considered a PSC as well. Why does this matter? It's all about transparency. Companies House requires you to identify PSCs to ensure that the true controllers of the company are clear to everyone involved. If your company structure is more complex, it might be worth checking the full PSC guidance on government website or seeking professional advice, just to make sure you're meeting all the requirements. Step 8. Preparing the essential documents for running the company. You are doing great so far. Now, let's talk about the paperwork you will need to legally run your company. There are 2 key documents: the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. The memorandum is a legal statement where the initial shareholders agree to form the company. If you're registering online, which I, by the way, highly recommend, this document is generated automatically. The articles are the rules about how your company will operate. While a standard version is available, you might want to customize it if your company has specific needs. Step 9. Keeping your company's records in order. Once your company is set up, it's crucial to keep detailed records. This includes maintaining information on directors, shareholders, and any people with significant control. You will also need to track significant decisions, such as issuing new shares or taking on loans. Keeping your records in order will help you stay compliant with legal obligations and avoid any penalties. If you're feeling overwhelmed, consider hiring a professional accountant to help manage the company's financial records and tax filings. Remember, your records must be kept for at least 6 years from the end of the financial year they relate to. Step 10. Registering your company. Finally, it's time to officially register your company with Companies House. You'll need to provide a registered office address and a standard industrial classification code, which describes your business, as well as details about your company's directors and shareholders. Once the registration is complete, you'll receive a certificate of incorporation, which proves your company's legal existence. Step 11. Maintaining and managing your holding company. Once your holding company is set up, it's essential to keep accurate records and stay on top of all the requirements. You'll need to maintain details about your directors, shareholders, and any people with significant control. You should also keep track of any major financial decisions. Remember, your holding company will be subject to the same filing obligations as any other limited company, including submitting annual confirmation statements and filing accounts with Companies House. And there you have it. Now you have a clear roadmap on how to set up a holding company in the UK. From understanding its purpose to navigating legal and tax obligations, you're now ready to take the plunge. Setting up a holding company might sound complex, but with the right guidance and tools, it's definitely achievable. If you feel like you would need some more information, I have linked the step-by-step guide for forming a LTD by the UK government. This guide will help you with the details from a reliable source. Once your holding company is registered, the adventure truly begins. And if you're looking for a quick and easy way to register, First Formations offers excellent services to get your company set up in as little as 24 hours. Don't forget to check out the affiliate link in the description to get started. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best luck with your business journey.